17 tips for my 50-pound Mounjaro weight loss. Hi friends, welcome to the show. We're gonna dive right in. I've lost 50 pounds from Mounjaro in literally 22 weeks. 17 tips that I've learned and am still, learning as I go through this weight loss journey. Ignore my messy background, and make sure you sign up and get my free Mounjaro weight loss success checklist. I've got a ton of free resources for you in the description link below, in addition to our free encouragement group. Let's go ahead and dive in. Hi friends, I'm gonna do a get ready with me while we chit chat. We're gonna do a get ready and talk while we talk about our 17 tips of how I've lost 50 pounds with my Mounjaro weight loss in 22 weeks. I am puffy in here. I have been crying, which I'll talk about later. We'll talk about that later. But for now, tip number one, let's dive right in. My Mounjaro weight loss. What has helped me through my weight loss stall? And if you haven't seen my weight loss stall video, please go check that one out. Was changing injection sites. If you have not changed your injection site, I didn't, because when I was just starting, I was terrified to do anything other than my Mounjaro injection besides my stomach, my Mounjaro. I'm saying it wrong and people don't like that. So instead of calling it Stacy, I'm gonna call it Tracy. No, I'm just kidding. But so injecting it, I didn't want to inject it besides my stomach, so the back of my arm terrified me. So I did my thigh. So I do like stomach left side, stomach right side. It was like this, the cha-cha, stomach to the left, stomach to the right, thigh, stomach. Like it was just like a whole, so I got ballsy and did the back of my arm myself. I injected it in the wrong spot. I didn't feel it for the 1 week that I did that. Decided to wait a few more weeks and then had my husband do one of my arms. I was sick as a dog with Mounjaro side effects. By changing the injection site, yes, I had Mounjaro side effects, which I have a whole checklist, which by the way, make sure you get all of my free stuff listed in the description link below. And all of the products that I'm using, my beauty products, I will link those down below too, with all of my Amazon affiliate links. So side effects were really, really bad. Like right now, I just got acid reflux, which is why I always have my 40-ounce tumbler down below too. Oh, this is one of my side effects right now. I'm having like burning. That is a Mounjaro side effect for me sometimes. Side effects do change, which we'll talk about later. But going back to the injection site, changing it, I had really bad side effects, which was fine because it helps to jumpstart weight loss for me. And I did one side of my arm. The next week I did my other arm. And this week I'm debating and praying, should I do my stomach or my thigh? I think I'm gonna do my thigh because I don't want to. And over the heavy arsenal here for my face. No Ozempic face here. So I'm debating if I should do my stomach or my thigh this week. What I don't wanna have, like for me, people like forget about the Mounjaro side effects. For me, I actually kind of welcome them because it helps me not eat as much. It also in a weird way, and I know this is weird, it's weird. So judge me for being weird, but I'm weird. Hashtag weird in the comments. I know I'm gonna eat less. If I'm feeling nauseous, for me, I'm like, that is weight loss there to help ride me through of not eating as much. And for me, and we're doing all our own I statements. We have the boundaries of I statements. Take what you want and leave the rest for my videos. By the way, I'm gonna use, it's the Paula's Choice sent this to me. It's their Super Boost Eye Cream. The vitamin C, very excited to try it. I haven't even squeezed anything out yet. There we go. I am afraid, I'm not afraid, that's not the right word. I welcome side effects this week because I do want to keep going down my 50-pound weight loss. 50 pounds in 22 weeks for me is cuckoo. And we're only on tip number one. We have 17. So I need to get this show on the road for you guys. I'm getting to some more tips. You're probably like, Elizabeth, move on down the road. Next, we're going to do Snail Mucin. This grosses some of y'all out. All of my steps will be listed down below. One of our amazing viewers, shout out to Sandy, love you Sandy, was like, can you put a list of the steps? So I literally will have a list of my tips and then a list of my steps for my skincare. So then I do that every time I got Snail Mucin in my mouth. Like I'm not even gonna do it. Gross. Okay, so I love how it brightens my face to help with the Ozempic face, but I don't like that. I'm like, anyways, I will link down below the steps so you can have, if you want to follow along at home and do something similar for your skincare, because I'm really 87 years old. Just kidding. I was just making sure you're paying attention. Just making sure you're paying attention. We're going to put a little SPF on this mug and a little bit on my neck too. I'm going to do that on my neck too. So making sure I'm changing my injection sites for the back of the arm, the Mounjaro instructions, the Mounjaro injection instructions do say to have someone help you, because just look at the picture. You could jam it, not jam, you know what I mean? It's not a jam, it's a pen. It's not like an injection. It's I mean, it is, but you know what I mean? It's not like Botox. So just be mindful of changing your injection sites if you're having a weight stall. That very well may be why. You may just be doing stomach, which I had been doing because I was terrified to do my thigh and my arm. And I found out it actually wasn't that bad. Up next, I've been testing out the Gucci serum to see, is it worth the price point? So far it is. So far I like it. And I got some other Gucci skincare stuff to test for some of my other like less expensive, like CosRX is not crazy expensive relative to some of these other things. So like, is this bronzer, the Gucci bronzer, the same as my Elizabeth Mott? I'll put that down below and you can choose, do you want the high end or the low end? I love both. So that's tip number 1, change your injection site. Tip number 2 is loose skin. I do get asked, do I have loose skin on my 50-pound journey? Yes, I do, queen. I put my body through major heck, particularly with having 2 babies. My body has fluctuated and it has loose skin, and I do intermittent fasting, but to help combat that, I use tip number 2 is my crepe erase. This, I've had the same container jar because it is literally 10 ounces, which is quite a bit. To give context, this is, how many ounces is this? This is 1 ounce. You see what I'm saying? Like, it's a lot of product in here. It seems pricey, but it will last a long time. I put this on my body. You're like, where do you put it? I'm like, everywhere, except for like my neck. And like my décolleté, I'll use something else for that. But for me, it massively helps with the loose skin. Now, it's not a miracle worker. Let me revise my words. The only thing that's gonna help loose skin is surgery, but does it help to tighten my crepey, loose skin? For my body, it does. I am not sponsored by them. Bought this with my own money. I keep talking about it because literally I see results. Like my old lady hands, the hands of time have been transformed. Just kidding. But like I bought shorts. I have not worn shorts in 2 decades, maybe 2.5 decades. I bought shorts this year. And I'm gonna be using this, and I'm gonna be using my spray tan stuff. If you want my spray tan stuff, I'll also put it down below. I've been testing out different tanning things. I'm going to wear shorts this year, which is majorly out of my comfort zone, but I'm going to use this spray shorts thing. It's like it's for your legs, and I'm excited about it. And I feel like I am somewhat confident enough to try it this spring and summer season. So let's move on to tip number 3. Come to step number 3, or tip number 3 of my 17 tips for 50-pound weight loss in 22 weeks. By the way, that is my retinol under eye correction. It's supposed to help with dark circles. It doesn't really help me with my dark circles. It helps me with my fine lines and wrinkles though. Love it, and it's not crazy expensive. I'm also gonna put on, this lip mask is the best if you have crusty lips, and they have 10 million different colors. I'm gonna take it off before I put on my lipstick, but it really is super moisturizing. And I realized I still have some of my under eye makeup here that needs to go. So tip number 3 is the emotional baggage that has come with this that I was not expecting. Y'all, I like to stay 5 steps ahead of things. That's my personality. I feel like it keeps me safe. If I have like, I'm gonna do this, and then that's not the best way to live life, but I do like to plan ahead, except for making my bed. Don't judge me on it. I know, hashtag some of you are judging. Don't judge, just let it go. Wear life like a loose garment. I'm gonna put up next my primer. I was not expecting, and this is where I was like, I was just crying when I started the show. The emotions, I was not expecting that. And I am a sensitive person by nature. I just wasn't expecting to cry as much as I've cried probably in the past 2 months, because I think I've been on now since January to February, February to March, March to April, April to May, and then we're on LB. So that's 4 full months, 22 weeks, so 4.5 months. I knew I was gonna, I didn't know I was gonna get this emotional, because I don't have my crutch anymore. I don't have food that I can binge out with. See? This is like, I'm like, I'm not pregnant, but I cry at the drop, but like, I have to excuse myself when I feel like it bubbling. I have not expected myself to get like emotional like this and processing it, I don't have that food crutch. And if you don't have food challenges or an unhealthy relationship with food in which you're trying to heal, you don't know what I'm talking about. You're like, what the hell is she talking about? But if you do, you know, like, I don't have that. Make it softer, make it go away. Don't feel it as intensely, because this is what's been bubbling underneath the surface this whole time with my food, is literally been, and I'm using Trish McAvoy, her Instant Eye Lift. And I don't want to cry because I don't want to mess up my makeup. I cried enough earlier today. I have become super, super sensitive. And I know that this is going to pass as I continue. I'm not going to cry for forever. But I'm going to allow my body to cry, except for just right now as I'm putting on my eye makeup. I wasn't expecting it to be, look how much that really brightened my eyes. Holy chips, that really changed. Wow. I was not expecting, I'm going to put a little bit more on. I wasn't expecting it. I wasn't expecting this, because I have been in therapy for a long, long time for stuff and for healing unhealthy food things in conjunction, and working with a spiritual advisor and church. And like, there's a lot of things that I do for personal growth and development. I have a lot to work on myself to make myself like the interior healthier. So that's why it was surprising to me, like, whoa, these emotions seemingly were coming out of nowhere. And it's not been anger. It's been just this like crying of sadness in a way, like grief of losing. And we talked about this in my paid, I have, by the way, a free Mounjaro encouragement group and a paid encouragement group. All are welcome at both tables. If you feel like you need deeper hand holding, we talk daily in our Instagram private chat group. And then we have weekly or every other week, like we'll meet 2 or 3 or 4 times depending on the month, video chat calls in the private group. And it's only $10 a month. It's literally like 2 Starbucks coffees. Some people are like, I don't want to pay for that. Then I have a free group. Thousands of people are in it. Whatever support you need, you know better than I do, but both are welcome at both tables. Well, all are welcome at both tables. We talked about in our group last night on our video chat about grief, that there is a grief process that I also wasn't expecting with not having food stuff. I just didn't think it would be this intense because I consider myself a fairly strong person. I just didn't consider it to be this intense with me crying a lot, because I'm a strong, tough lady. Like, I'm a tough chick. Like, I'm tough. And I think this medication is teaching me it's okay to be a little bit softer. I'll have to be tough all the time. And I could just allow it. I'm going to go. I don't want to cry on camera. I got some water and I got some lashes. See, these 40-ounce tumblers are really helpful. Giving myself the love, grace, kindness, and compassion to feel what I need to feel. Just because I don't necessarily understand why I'm crying or why these emotions are coming up, my job is to not analyze that. I pay an amazing therapist to help me process that. She's got the PhD, she can figure that out. But it is my job to feel them. And because I don't have food as a crutch anymore, there is an emotional accounting that is reckoning right now. There's an accounting that's going on. And my job is to honor that and to not push it down, because food figuratively and literally has pushed it down. And if I'm getting emotional about certain things, I need to allow it. If I'm in a professional setting, of course, obviously, like, I excuse myself and go or hold it in until like it's an appropriate time for me to be able to be like, oh, but I'm allowing myself the grace, kindness, love, and compassion to do that. I was not expecting that on this 50-pound Mounjaro weight loss journey so far. And I got 100 pounds to lose. So I'm sure there's going to be more that comes up that I continue to process. I'm sure there's going to be a lot more that comes up. But for now, I am super crybaby. And I know that it's not gonna last for forever. But for now, that's where I am within this journey, being totally like I am very leaky and emotional, and I'm allowing that to be. Tip number 4. Tip number 4 on my Mounjaro 50-pound weight loss. By the way, I'm gonna try out my Elizabeth Mott palette versus my Gucci. See which one. You can see this will be on this side, the Elizabeth Mott, and on the right will be the Gucci, to see which one looks better. Tip number 4 is changing my mindset. Because I'm having this physical transformation, my mindset has to change. I am physically, like, I am no longer the person that I was at the beginning of January. I'm not that person anymore, like physically. And so for me, I don't want the weight to come back. I am doing it this time, and I'm not coming back to this place again. Like I'm going, like I need to change my mindset. So I've been using Audible. I will link down below. There's a promotion that had been going on. Prices are always subject to change on Amazon. I had that and earbuds that were on sale. Now again, prices are subject to change, but I will link. There's a $20 pair of earbuds, and then there's a $39 pair of earbuds. They're awesome. Like if you don't want to spend like hundreds of dollars on other earbuds, those are great, and you can listen to your Audible on there. And to help read, there's 2 books that I have. I listen to multiple things at different times. Super helpful. So if you're not listening to Audible, highly recommend. I'll put down below the books that I'm reading also in the description too. So if you want to listen as well, I will put those down in the description link too. But changing my mindset and helping to expand like old belief systems and challenging those and changing those of why am I doing the things that I had done, and is that the healthiest thing for me now? Things that I did in my 20s and 30s, do I really want to be doing in my 40s? Do I want to continue to evolve? Gucci, Elizabeth Mott, you tell me which one looks better. You tell me in the comments which one looks better. Gucci, which one? And I'm putting, people are like, why am I putting on so much weight? I'm gonna be on camera and it will wash out my face. And plus I like a lot of makeup in general. Tip number 5, I have my list here. Tip number 5 is smaller meals to go. We have bought, my husband and I made the conscious choice to buy a low carb meal delivery system where we cook it. It's fresh meats, it's fresh vegetables, we chop it. But they deliver everything through the recipes. I don't have to hunt down recipes for good food. Like the recipes I never would have thought about had it not been for those. And if you see my Mounjaro What I Eat in a Day series, like check down below, you can see that it's in the Mounjaro weight loss playlist. Fiddlesticks, I forgot to put on my tanning drops. I have the luxury ones and then the L'Oreal ones. I'll link those down below. Those should have gone on with my moisturizer, but I digress. That meal prep delivery system for us, we had been doing it 4 times a week. We scaled it back to just 2 times a week. For us, works out great. Because then I don't have to grocery shop. I don't have to worry about like an Instacart delivery order. The recipes are figured out. My husband actually likes doing it. So I'm like, Chef Boyar, Count, go ahead and challenge me. And it's good, really healthy, low carb stuff. So it's for us, vegetables, and you can pick different meals, but we pick the vegetables and the protein ones. Those are the ones that we really, really like, and it's lower carb, and that fits in with, for me, what I want to be eating. But they do have other options if you want, like rice, for example. You can get, like, they have you can pick the meals for it. Okay, I'm gonna put my lashes on. Number 6, for my Mounjaro weight loss tips on 50-pound weight loss is I thought I would exercise more at this point than I'm doing right now. I'm having some sort of block where I'm not exercising as much as I'd like to. I have, and I've shared with you guys before, I do under the desk elliptical and under the desk bike. I will link those down in the description link below. They vary anywhere from like $70 to like $100, $120, depending on which one you buy. I'll link them down below for my shows. And they're great because you can burn a couple hundred calories. By the way, your shoulders only slightly go when you're doing it like that. So if you're on Zoom, they're quiet. They have low decibel sound intentionally so people can't hear it. And I can still burn a couple hundred calories here, a couple hundred calories there, which is great. And they say that sitting is the new smoking. So if you sit a whole bunch like I do in a given day, it's a nice thing. In fact, I'm redesigning my office so I can have even better of a system. I'd like to get a walking pad in. I'm just not there yet. But I don't know why I'm not lifting the way that I used to lift. I think partially I'm afraid. I'm afraid since my ankle surgery that I'm gonna injure myself. So I'm trying to find a solution to the mindset part and also just like go do it. Like just go do it. So I'm gonna go do it. That doesn't sound very confident. So I'm not exercising as much as I thought I would. I thought I would be exercising a lot more than I am. Tip number, which I'm working on. I'm still work in progress on that one. Next tip. Tip number 7, stomach issues. I did not realize I need more bronzer. Did you guys ever see that on Golden Girls where he's like 357, Enrique Mas? He's like, that's enough. Did you believe me? That's enough. That's how I feel with this. I'm like, I need more. I need more 357. If you have never seen Golden Girls, then you have no idea what I'm talking about. New stomach issues, both I never thought I'd talk about poop so much as I have with Mounjaro, but it's true. You get tummy issues on both spectrums for me, because side effects vary as you titrate up. Just because you didn't have one side effect doesn't mean you won't later on in your journey, which is why it's important. Go watch my side effects video, because I talk about almost all of them that we're aware of right now. Of course, more information will come out. But stomach issues, just being prepared for those. So I have Tums. If you guys heard me earlier talking about my acid reflux, I don't like that pony. Just being aware of stomach issues. There's more of them than what I thought. I think I need some dry shampoo. Is she looking greasy? I feel like she's looking a little greasy. And I'm also regretting I didn't put my T3 rollers in. I love those, by the way. Tip number 8. My 125 protein ideas. If you've not seen that post that I've done, I will link it down below. It's a blog post of 125 protein ideas to help you have more protein, because you're probably not having as much protein. How much protein you should have is 0.36 times your body weight, and that equals the grams. Other people will say 0.7, that's not in grams. So I'm talking grams, like let's make sure our unit of measurement's good. I'm talking grams. So if you say 0.7, that's not in grams. But this is 0.36 times your body weight is how many grams of protein you're supposed to have per day. Do I eat all that sometimes? No, sometimes I'm just so full. So if I'm full, I'm gonna do what my body tells me to. I'm gonna eat my protein first and also eat my veggies first. And that's what I try to do. Do I do that all the time? No, but that's what I at least aspire to. Tip number 9 is getting smaller meals to go. So I talked about our food delivery system, but when we go out to eat, like if we go to Chipotle or other places, if you guys have not seen my Chipotle, how we ate Chipotle for like $7 a meal or something like that, make sure you check that out in the playlist. It was my Mounjaro, what I eat in a day video. I now will order, if we go to like Longhorn or Outback or whatever. Outback is making me so puffy, by the way. I digress. Longhorn, I don't have that same, it's the oils that they use. I notice a difference in the puffery that I get. But if I go to Longhorn, for example, I will know that that's like 2 more meals for me. So I intentionally order that way, or share with my kid. My kid sometimes doesn't eat all of his meals, so I'll share with him and get like a salad, or I'm not eating all those meals. People had said that before in weight loss videos, and I'd be like, like, I always hated that tip. You guys, like, I always hated that when people would be like, oh, I just have my to-go box ready. Well, now I've become that annoying person. I'm like, I have my to-go box ready, and I have my crusty lip prevention too. After I get my to-go box, I put on my crusty lip mask. No, I'm just kidding. I love this lip mask. It makes your lips not crusty. And they have pear and berry and gummy bear. It's worth every penny. No crusty lips in this household for the Countess. So just smaller meals and factoring that in, and that's dramatically saved on our food budget, by the way. If you're like, oh my gosh, it's so expensive or whatever, all these doctor visits, just think of how much money you're saving on the food end. I'm an economist daughter, the cost benefit analysis, you're saving a ton of money by not buying as much food. Tip number 10 is new pants. I just literally right before filming this bought a whole bunch of new pants from Old Navy. If the sale's still going on, they're $15 pants. I will link it down below. I've been buying pants from Old Navy because they now have sizes up to 30. This is new to me. So if you have big hips, I've got big hips and I cannot lie. It goes all the way up to 30. So it's like what, like size 2 up to 30. Go Old Navy. I used to hate their pants because they'd be like, oh, up to size 16 or whatever it was. And I just never, I didn't like the way that they cut. But now with there's high cut, medium cut, and low cut. And I love the high cut. So I'm gonna link those down below. I just bought some more linen pants, some more jeans. They're on sale, which is 15 bucks. I was like, yes. So I ended up getting 2 sizes because I'm whipping through faster than I thought I would. First it was slow and now it's faster on my pant sizes. I cannot find enough pants. So new pants, that was one of my tips, is get prepared to, how are you gonna get clothes? Literally I had, I put a hair tie around my pants when I was walking around my house. My husband's like, babe, we can afford to get you some new pants. I'm like, I know, but like the cheap factor in me of like, he's like, just buy some new pants. Tip number 11 is redesigning my life. This is making me, with my Mounjaro injection, literally look at all facets of my life. Do I like certain aspects of it? What can I change? If I'm redesigning my life, I might as well design something that's kick ass that I love and that brings me passion and brings me joy. And the past 3 years, I have worked really, really hard on my business. And so I'm at this place of where I can coast a little bit more, which is why you guys see me here more on YouTube. Is and thank you, by the way, for supporting this. You know what I mean? Like, by you watching this video, even if you don't get any of the affiliate links down below, dramatically helps my business because it helps the watch time and that helps the algorithm. And so like, it helps me tremendously. If you've made it this far in the video, you know, we have the Countess of Shopping Easter egg, the Marvel thing. We're going to do that. We're not quite yet because we're only at tip number 11. We got to get to 17. So let me keep tracking. Redesign your life. Make it the way you freaking want. What do you want? For me, I just didn't want to eat food and binge every night. Now that that's taken off the table, figuratively and literally, that's crazy that I just said it that way too. Woo, I got goosebumps, like, woo, that was, whew, that's figuratively and literally. Now that that's off the table, that I can't, that's not my life anymore. The devil you know, the devil you don't know. Have you heard that expression? Now what do I want? What do I want this to look like? I can design it. And so I've been having a lot of prayer and meditation time to see, obviously, like what for me, for my belief system, you do you, boo. But for my belief system, what does God want me to do? And what fits in with my values and my system. And I'm checking my values and systems. I just watched the documentary Shiny People on Prime. It's about, I don't know what it's called. It's like what the Duggar family believes. And it's making me question a lot of stuff about in my own life too. I'm like, okay, like it's making me think a lot about my value system. So redesigning my life. I didn't think I would be redesigning it, but I am. Tip number 12, physical things. I am massively decluttering. I've been every single day for the past week to the donation center, to our local dump for things that we can't donate that are just broken. Going to the dump, because I live in rural Virginia and you don't really have trash pickup's not easy, and donating a full carload 7 times. The lady there, I'm like, how does she not know who I am? But she doesn't know. Like every time I come, I'm like, hi. And we're donating a ton of stuff. And my husband's a minimalist, the Count, so he's so ecstatic. He's so ecstatic. But I don't need this physical barrier, literally with the weight and with stuff. And if I'm gonna get stuff, it's gonna be stuff I really, really freaking like and enjoy. Tip number 13 for my Mounjaro 50-pound weight loss journey is buying more fresh fruits and vegetables. To me, that's kind of like a dub, but I really didn't think that I would be buying in the quantities in which we're buying. I crave fruits. I crave vegetables. Like we just did an Instacart Costco order and it was all fruits and veggies. I'm like, we don't need any protein, but we do need more fresh fruits and vegetables, which has rolled over to my kid because my kid is mom eating a Greek Faye yogurt bowl with chia seeds with fruits. Hey babe, do you want me to make you one? Sure, mom. He's eating what I'm eating. Hey babe, I'm gonna make a little bowl of broccoli with some ranch dip. You want some? Yeah, sure, mom. Like he's eating more because I'm leading this train. I am not saying to him anything about food because Lord knows I had that enough as a kid for myself and the deep trauma that I'm trying to unravel from that being put on my first diet when I was like 8 or 9 or however old I was, young. I don't want that for my kid. But what I can do is lead by example. So having more fresh fruits and vegetables, and he sees that as our grocery order, like that's what is coming into our house. And you guys know we have a grocery, it's like a bodega. It's a bodega glass refrigerator, and that's only for fruits and vegetables. And it's pretty much full. We like to keep it, we're not wasting, but we like to keep that full. And it's a glass paneling with plastic clear bins or glass bins in there, which I'll link all down below. That makes us eat more fresh fruits and produce. Sleep number 14. I sleep way more than I thought I would. I get so fatigued with my Mounjaro injection. I didn't realize I'd be this tired all the time. I'm tired a lot. And it's because my body's going through a stressor and the Mounjaro injection, like I get side effects, and one of them is being really tired. If you saw 2 or 3 videos ago, I was literally sitting like this. I could barely sit up when I was doing the video. And I was debating like, should I go lay down to do the rest of the video? Because I physically couldn't. Allowing myself love, grace, kindness, and compassion when I feel that way. Number 14. Wait a minute, that sleep was 14. So number 15 is I'm really sensitive. I kind of touched on that earlier, but acknowledging that I'm sensitive and to be okay with that. It's okay not to have to be tough all the time and that I can allow myself to feel my feelings. Number 16, new clothes. I'm loving, I got a ton of stuff for an upcoming trip from Amazon. I will link them down below. They're plus size and they're beautiful. There's a thing called the Drop, and on Amazon, I'll link it down below. I'm loving it. And I'm loving this. I need to do a video for you guys to see, but like trendy, cute clothes that are plus size, that are not like old Mother Hubbard. They're cute. I'll show those to you guys. So getting new clothes has been fun. I just haven't bought new clothes like that. that are new sizes, I should say, new size clothes in a long time. And they're not crazy expensive either. Number 17, I talked about getting rid of physical stuff and the decluttering part of it, but physical stuff, like I'm changing, like I got a new duvet. If you guys saw, I was cracking, my husband and I are cracking up. I just haven't had time to change my duvet, even though we have like 7 of them. It had been on the Christmas one. If you had just noticed that one, if you see in other videos, it is a reindeer and Christmas trees. So I put like a new duvet on here, and I'm keeping the Christmas one because I love it so much and I love Christmas so much. In fact, is it Memorial Day, the one in September, Labor Day, Memorial Day, the one in September, I'm going to be celebrating Christmas the very next day. I told my husband that. Literally. Okay, so if you've made it this far, we've got a couple things. One, I've got some free resources we're going to talk about. 2, the Easter egg is for this video is going to be a piece of fruit or vegetables. If you've made it this far, this is how I tell in the Countess of Shopping community, like the same names usually come up. And if you're new, then I get to know you better. It's how I get to know people better. If you just put an emoji of a fruit or a vegetable, I see you. And some of your ones last were so funny. I literally laughed out loud. Like the emojis you guys pick, the bird one where it was like, caw, I died with laughter. So anyways, today's Easter egg one. So I know that you've made it this far in the video, that you're a true Countess. You get an extra crown, a royal warm welcome, is going to be a fruit or a vegetable as the comment. So I know that you've made it this far in the video. Number 2, if you've not gotten my Mounjaro weight loss success checklist, that is listed down below. Get that. From that, I send off emails on Mondays and Thursdays for encouragement and accountability, and hopefully to give you new ideas and to help you along this journey and know that you're not alone. If you're feeling alone, join the free encouragement group. If you want extra hand holding with our paid group, it's only $10 a month. And we talk pretty much every day. Like there's a lot of chatter that goes on that private private Instagram group. Someone's like, I don't have Instagram. Freaking get Instagram just for this purpose only, and it will give you accountability to check in with for yourself and to cheer other people on too, because we were talking about something yesterday and I was like, this is such an in-depth conversation. It was very helpful. So it was about getting your Mounjaro prescription if you're having like with shortage issues, and we talk about those, but just to get instantaneous answers as opposed to my free group, you can look in the search bar to see all of the pretty much questions have been answered. But to have it instantaneously with other people in current time, because so much changes on a daily basis, is very helpful. And if you haven't gotten my 125 protein ideas, that's also listed down below. Go watch this whole Mounjaro weight loss playlist. If you've missed any of these videos, go back and watch them. Put those earbuds in that are on sale that I mentioned earlier and listen while you're doing your chores, walking your dog. Go listen because it will help motivate you. And if you don't like me, go find another creator you like. You know what I mean? But if you've made it this far, hopefully we like each other. But I'm so grateful for each and every one of you. Truly, like it's one of the things that makes me cry thinking about like the names that pop up. And there's so many names I could rattle off of my gratitude. And every time people put in like the vegetable or like the different emojis, the vegetable or the fruit, I will pray over you. I will send you blessings and love. And sometimes I don't reply instantaneously, but no, I do see every comment and I will eventually. It just takes me a hot moment with my lifestyle because my job is to be the best wife and mom I can be. Truly, like this Mounjaro, I took it to help stop binge eating and lose weight. And what I've gotten out of it is so much more and even better than I could ever imagine. Like my life is so much better, even though it's hard and challenging and there's really, really hard pockets. Like it's so much better than I ever could have wished for. I hate that I end every video crying, but I really like a heart of gratitude, a major, major heart of gratitude. Like I truly am invested in each and every one of your journeys. We have, for example, some of our amazing countesses who they're not able to go on Mounjaro anymore. And so they're going on compounds or they're doing other things and they're still here. And I'm so grateful. Like I'm so grateful. I wonder if this will stop. I wonder if the emotions that I'm feeling now, like if that will subside. I'm putting this out there because I'm going to link back to it in like 4 months or 5 months. The amount of tears that I cry frequently, like every day, will that slow down? Or is that just like who I've always been underneath all the food? I'm assuming I'll have better coping tools that I won't be crying this much, but I cry a lot. And like I'm not sad, like I'm grateful. I'm grateful. And I don't know, part of it is like I don't know what to do with like so much gratitude. I didn't think my life would be like this.
was really hard in December of this year. And then in January to know that like a few weeks after that, of that really, really hard part, that like this blessing was coming. So literally, if you feel hard, blessings are coming to you. Blessings are coming to you. They are. They're right around the corner. They're just not here yet. And I know that they're coming for you. If they came for me, blessings are gonna come for you too. I'm not special. God loves you and I do too. So make sure you smash that like button as I cry. I hate saying that. Click follow and like if you want. Isn't that not so typically cliche? Let me under in tears and like ask for a follow, but I love you guys. I need to put on some more. I'm gonna put my setting spray on. I gotta go on air for my show and fix this makeup now that I just messed it up. And I gotta go start my job. Okay, love you guys. Have a great day.